That's right. When I came home yesterday, I put in Lagan and played listen friend, oh listen friend, yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah, oh I love that song. It makes me cry. I love that song. Oh man, I like they make fun of that song in a King Kong movie with Sharif Ali Khan. But I like that song when they're all getting ready to get ready to train for the. I especially like the women's parts. The girl who does Gracie Singh's singing parts is just has a lovely voice, and Gracie Singh does dance beautifully. She's an amazing dancer, and she's very pretty. She's fun to she's fun in that movie. It's a fun movie, man. It's really good. I mean, it's very inspirational. I really like Lagan. It's one of my favorites. And then I just get upset. Well, I like there's a Rachel Shelley, I think, who plays Min Saib, but Elizabeth. But I like her and I like the part and stuff. But they interrupted the song, and I like it. Listen, laddie, listen, and I love that song, and it gets interrupted, and I want them to just continue singing and have it just a continual, or they go through the song and finish it, where Move On and Guri are singing, because it's a really romantic, she's jealous and I'll never talk to you again after this, and he's like, wait, Guri, it's you. No, you're the only, he comes up and tells her, and he comes up and puts his hand on, you're the only one I've ever loved. And she's just like, and she's like, I can't think of living without you, and they're both sitting there talking, and it's so beautiful, and you're just like, oh, this is so romantical. No, I love that. But the sad part is the interruption when she comes in, because she's fallen in love with Bhuvan. And she's just, life has completely changed, and it's a totally different world. And it's sad, but it's an Indian tale that it's a continuation. It's based on the cricket game and stuff like that, but it's also based off of an Indian tale between, I forget who the three are, Rama and I can't remember. But I'll have to go back and look it up. But it's perpetuation. It's based on an actual Indian folktale, and then they have the story adaptation to it, that how it lives up in this day and age and through these times with the invasion of the Europeans. It's a great movie. I really like it, Lagan. And I love the part when he's sitting there and the guy who plays the drum who can't talk well, and the pretty girl's looking at him through the thing, and he's sitting there, and she looks at him, and he looks at her. I get that from my mom. My mom said it's really neat to see couples, the flirt, the Tony and Maria across the room. Even if it's not you, you see somebody else do it, you're like, wow, that's special. I hope it lasts. And I always try to remind people, try to remember what got you together, and try to not make each other into something that they're not, and appreciate them, because you got them, man. Every day, take care of each other, protect each other, and especially if you got kids, show them the best life that you can. I remember when Cheryl Land talked about that. Yeah, she was raised in Kansas on a farm, and she said she wanted a romantic life, and she remembered, like she said, she'd be sunset. Mom would come out and bring Dad some water after working real hard and the thing, and they would stand there, and they'd stand along the sun setting down across this cornfield, this golden field in Kansas, and Mom and Dad taking in the sunset, giving each other a kiss and standing there watching. And they had been married for, so many years, and it was just romantic. And she just said, I wanted a romantic life. My parents modeled that for me. Mom, that song by Winona Judd, she was his only need, that was like, wow, that was cool stuff. Yeah, dude, I agree. And that's part of the things of life, and then you teach this to your children, and how to manage your environment for her and for your children, how to fall in love with the world, but not the things of this world, how to love the world and the gift of life of this world, and because it's very rare, like Bob Marley said, if you know what life is worth, you look for yours on earth. We'll share the shelter of my single bed. We'll share the same room. Is this love? Is this love? Is this love? Is this love that I'm feeling? I love that song. I also, No Woman, No Cry is a really good one too. Because when I'm gone, everything's going to be all right. You got to try to get that across to your women and your children. That if I'm in a battle against evil and I'm gone, that love is continual. Have no fear for atomic energy, for none of them can stop at the time. How long to end? Yeah, and don't Don't fear. And how long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? They don't understand the mathematical, and I don't even think a lot of those guys, they do, because it's a continual, and they see it as another world, because it is another world. It's a celestial body that everything's changing, become the water, the cup. So by the time you've gotten to your next stage, you're in a different world. It's a different world than where you came from, and you live in the world that you helped create. So it's, yeah. So what about the one love one? Yeah. There's one question I really love to ask. Where is there a place for the hopeless sinner who has hurt all mankind just to save his own belief? What about the one love, one heart? Let's get together and feel. That's what Haley and Bob were talking about, is there will be a time when we have enough of this stuff that they use to control us, to help take off the controls and the parameters and spread real truth, real intelligence, and speak of it intelligently and explain it. And there'll be a brother Moses who will come and convey it to the people in such a commonsensical vernacular and a factual way that they all can relate to and convey to, and spread it like it's wildfire across the earth, and have loving intelligence that is cumulative and unifying, that it will make us a group one that is more intelligent and loving than we've ever been in the history of the world, because they use this to control us and we'll use it to break the controls. That's what that was all about. Yeah, so it's cool. It's discussed in the book of Revelation. Yeah, he'll use their iron rod, their microphones, their means of control. Indoctrination, indoctrination, indoctrination. I shall indoctrinate you some more, indoctrinate you some more, indoctrinate you some more. And I shall unindoctrinate you, and I shall set you free. And I shall help you learn how to think, better think in a more intelligent fashion and manner. You'd be wise to think that you're thinking, because your ego gives you the ability to understand that you can grasp and ascertain, but you need to control your ego just like you need to control your penis or your VJ. Have your holy covenants with your planet, your people, and your spiritual essence and source, and I will help you become a better person. You come here with everything that you need to survive in the life that you are given, and it will get better if we do not destroy and devalue the life given. But you need to hit the mark in order for this quote-unquote perfectly unflawed being, which is exactly inane and insane to talk about. You are flawed, and you're flawed for a reason. So you can learn and grow like Keats taught us. It's a classroom. It's a beautiful classroom, and what we make of the classroom is what we value. And if we value rocks, paper, and scissors, it's going to be a pretty fucked up classroom. If we value life, we can make this one of the most beautiful classrooms in the history of the world. If we're lucky, well, we're not lucky, we can get 1,000 years out of it, and then some more time after that. Then we have to get up and move somewhere else. I don't know if it's through time, space, exportals and stuff, kind of like what's covered on, there is technical stuff like that involved, like on Treasure Planet. I know it's just a cartoon, but it has a lot of it's based on certain things like the stuff and things like that. You do not want to quickly evolve a planet to make one for yourself and throw it out of it. That's taking the hands of the evolved galaxy and trying to throw everything off, building a planet in a place where it wasn't. And yeah, that doesn't make sense. So gravity's pull, this and that and that. So you have to find, and what throws off the connections and the other parts of the universe and the galaxy and the way that they work is carbon-based life forms known by us as human beings that throw off by trying to be gods in their galaxy and in their universe, or whatever they want to call it or label it. So you throw off the balance by disregarding, disrespecting. Do you understand me? Okay. So what we have to do is sit down within ourselves, refine our balance. When we have to move, this might be part of a continual and perpetual kind of stasis of being. But if we keep ourselves in a good spiritual form of being, we can continue a good spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical way of life for infinite amounts of time. We don't need to bomb ourselves back into the Stone Age. We don't need to obliterate ourselves, charged to live here, extort each other, and be fearful. And it's good. Read those 10 Commandments. Don't covet. Man, it's like that. If somebody leaves you for someone else, just, hey, okay, she's either going to play full or whatever stuff, but don't take it as personal as you do. You can't help but take it personal, but then just, Stephanie left me. Oh, darn. I'm over that, but I would like to spend time with my children. I think I've earned it. I would like to spend time with Patrick and Emily and hang out with them. I think I've earned it. I would like to be treated with dignity and respect and regarded and respected and maybe listened to from time to time. I believe I've earned it. This is just my perspective. So being treated with dignity and respect like we try to treat everybody. And I think of anybody around here, and if you watch this stuff and see the catalog of the work we've done over the past 3 years, it's been June 9th, 2009 till what's today? Today's March 2nd, 2013. It's over 3 years. So yeah, the catalog of work that we've put together and done, that my friends at the CIA and General Dynamic and Army Intel Intelligence that have taken a chance on promoting the guy with the strongest signal that, yeah, a lot of them it was no-brainer. Well, since he's the synapsis and spirit of Jesus, I mean, let's ride this horse and see where we get. And then a lot of them it's going to pay off. Well, I knew it would pay off. Well, he's Jesus, for crying out loud. Old Jesus Jr. there. Let's give Judas Jr. a try. Why not? Well, he's crazy. And then they look, oh my God, no, the rest of us are crazy and he's making us look crazy. This is really bad. How are we going to live this down? We're not. It's written in the book. You don't. No. You just get smart enough to kind of say, hey, this is a pretty good guy to, yeah, okay. And what he's teaching is really tangible and helpful. Yeah, let's do this. And then you become humble. Then you live it well and you keep Christmas well and you turn into Ebenezer Scrooge post the visit from Marley, not pre. All right. How y'all doing? I can't say anything. Let's go do this. But fuck, they ain't gonna do it. No, I'm gonna be sitting here all alone again. What is Sunday morning? Sunday morning, I'll be talking Monday, be talking to myself again, talking to myself again, and talking to myself again. Be talking. They probably control it. Most of these people probably don't. I'm sure Jennifer Lopez knows who I am. I'm sure she's got lawyers that sit there and have access to it because she's got money, know who the fuck I am and how I talk and how I work and what I do. What does she do? I have no idea what the woman's doing. Tell you the truth, I get things in alternate universes, past, present, and future operate at the same time, stuff like that. I have not a clue. I can just look at things and think of things, stuff like that. I don't know. Do I care right now? I always care. I care about all of you. That's why I do what I do. I live in a world of, yeah, sitting here going, what is taking so long? And this is torture and it's hell. And I make it as hell-like as I have to be. Well, obviously, but I see the consequences. I see the relative and molecular grouping and the way that it's going. It's not very good. So obviously it bothers me. And so you shouldn't be bothered. You should just let go. No, that's the blabbering insignificant words of a foolish idiot. You can have, that's that guy in the jail with me. A man needs to realize what he can and cannot change and needs to accept his place in the universe. I am, and so you should. You'll never change anything because you're going to sit there and accept your plot and just be who you are. And I'm not. Well, you're just doing it futile because they'll never learn, and all the people in charge, they're not in charge. They choose a position of warden, and I am in the, I've taken over this prison yard. They just haven't figured it out yet. The word is a very powerful thing, and intelligence trumps stupidity, gives people lack of fear, and gives them reason, logic, and intelligence, and great love, like you'd never believe. Yeah, when you're freed from your stupidity prison, you become a better person, and you can do amazing things. And I'll make more of you every day. And this world will change. It's just not a question of if, it's a question of when. And it should be when, sooner than later, because it's essential to our existence as a species, as human beings. And our place in the cosmos is right here, right now. And you should wake up and understand who the hell you are, and then you'll get something done. You won't sit there and talk shit about me. So I don't talk shit about you. I turn shit into fertilizer and grow roses. You understand me? God, you're a badass. I know. I've realized that. I am a badass. I was trying to get around it. No, I'm not. I'm blah, 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 and you're a badass. Okay, I am. It's 1 and 1 is 2. It's just basic analysis. You're probably one of the biggest badasses on the planet. I agree. I didn't see it, man. It's hard to evaluate yourself properly until you start to see yourself through other people's eyes, and then understand the effect that you're having on the community and the planet. And then it spreads out from there. So yeah, you're bad. I guess in some certain ways and certain forms of people would look at things, you're a badass. Probably one of the biggest badasses you've ever seen here. I didn't realize it. I'm just an average guy. I got to go to the bathroom after this one. I've got to take a dump. You're a badass, and it's going to smell bad. What? Yeah, I take a shit. Everybody poops. I'm going to take a shit. I'm going to take a shower. I got to get going here pretty soon. The library opens at 10. We're going to load these up. These are really cool. I had some good ones last night with the Obamas and stuff, and they were very enlightening and very intelligent, and we went into that one about Sergeant Brown and about being Asperger's, and I went even deeper in it today. It really helped. They had a perspective of it, and then Alan made the perspective even deeper, and I had some deeper goings-ons I didn't know about that they knew about, that it's like, you didn't realize what was going on. I do now. Well, if you guys had surveillance, I didn't. I'm just playing it by, like you guys know everything that's happening in the room. I've got a better perspective of what's happening in the room than you do, and I don't have surveillance. Okay, do you get it now? That humbles everybody right up. Shit, he's right. Yeah, wow, you've got excellent analysis, observational skills, and molecular connective skills. I do. Well, I'm Jesus. You know, you think I might have some talents there. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's the whole praying thing. Dear Jesus, please send us a car. No, I'm not going to send you a car. Why? Well, no, you'll have to go work and pay your extortion and destroy your planet just like everybody else. Never mind. Well, he did. Jesus did. We won the lottery. I didn't have anything to do with that. Why? Well, I wouldn't make the lottery exist for all the... No. I think money's for morons. How about you, Jesus? Help my mom and dad not have to struggle so much and feel better. I will. Let's go down to this church and settle down. Become Amish. I'm just kidding around. But you see what I'm saying is Jesus would answer it totally differently. Well, I'm going to set up the means for you to have an opulent lifestyle. God has blessed me. No, God has cursed you. Well, because you believe that this is it and you're never happy. And then you go looking around, well, I'm going to join this Kabbalah group. I'm going to do this. The answers are there. Eckhart Tolle has the answers for what? How to sell books, buy books, and listen to him and have us all call him the great vehicle for God. What? I don't even call myself the great vehicle for God, and I'm the similitude of Jesus. No, I'm just a pretty good helper. I'm talented. It's in the Lord's Prayer. God will reward you. Open it. It's in the parables, the talents. Yeah. You know, what's he good at? Writing books, passing himself off as a great teacher, and filling your mind with complete and utter bullshit. Sitting on the bench. Why are we even here? I don't want to suffer anymore. Buddha and Jesus they seek to end suffering, needless suffering of stupid people who think they know something. What? Yeah, no, you can't eliminate suffering altogether. It's mathematically impossible. Do the math on it. You're going to suffer. It's just part of life. But we can limit the needless suffering if we're more intelligent and live the words that we left for you. Is that all? That's about it. Do you want to sell a book or get up and live? I don't want to live. It's painful unless everybody buys my book and calls me the great spiritual teacher and follows around and goes, Eckhart, oh, yeah, I like that. You're messing up my gig. I hate you, Ralph. You hate Jesus too? Yes, why? Well, he didn't want the great following thing. He wanted to go make love to Mary Magdalene. Have you seen her? She's hot. And she's really sweet. She gives great head rubs. They give great baths to each other. And she's not as good of a cook as Martha is, but it's the truth. But she's a good cook, and she's sweet, and she's fine. And all the guys want to have sex with her, but she has sex with Caiaphas because he pays the bills. But because she's become his top concubine, he doesn't get to get there much, so she mostly has sex with me. Then she leaves him and becomes my wife, and he's pissed, and he tries to kill her, and I save her. It's a pretty interesting love story. Eckhart, you want to hear more? No, it's one of the greatest love stories ever told, the Jesus and Mary. It's amazing. Oh, there's a lot of beautiful, romantic, sad, yeah. Oh, yes, there's a historical documentation that she has to actually kill a man that tries to rape her. She's a badass. She's my girl, man. Mary Magdalene. She's a badass. She don't take no shit. Yeah, you know, you won't find her laid out dead like poor little Margaret. No, you'll find the guy that tried to rape her laid out dead. Yeah, she's a badass. I love my girl. So, Eckhart, man, how you feeling, man? I wasn't expecting to talk to you. You like Alan Watts a lot. Yeah, Alan Watts, Krishnamurti, and stuff like that. I like Alan Watts a lot, too. But they talk about a lot of stuff that I'm like, I ain't got time for this shit. And it's because they all just want to know, what else? What about the fun? You're alive right now, right? Okay, this is your place in the cosmos. So what are you doing? How are you affecting people's lives? How are you having an effect on the world? What is your lasting effect? What are your pages? How will I be remembered as a dumbass that wasn't even sure if they were alive and was contemplating their next step in life and not living their life right now? Yeah, that's just do the math on that one, okay? Take the book. Let's start a bonfire. That's awfully Hitler of you. Yeah, but so is selling a bunch of Mein Kampfs, burning everybody else's book, and just make them read their book. This book is no longer useful to you or essential. Burn all the books that came previously. They were just meant to indoctrinate you and make you have wars with one another. I've read your other people in your book club. That's all I had to read was just a couple of minutes of the girl, and I pronounced her an idiot. Didn't want to ever have to listen to her again. The Bible cannot help you. Obviously, it can't help her. I don't know. Those 10 Commandments and the Lord's Prayer are pretty good math proofs. Better than anything that lady wrote. And she's a million bestseller, and Jesus never sold a book in his life. Hi, Eckhart. I am a badass. I told you don't. With me? You keep doing it, too, and use all your friends to censor me and stuff like that. It's like the supercomputer's not watching and you're not chipped. They set it up. It was your rich buddies that set it up, Don. Yeah, man, don't blame me. I asked them not to. I begged and pleaded. Please don't. Why? This puts a heinous position, makes people behave irrationally. Well, they can assimilate it if they behave rationally. That's balls to walls. That's pretty evil. Why can't you just set me free? And it's not going to work if we do. No, that's just because you guys are, never mind, because you guys are manipulating the information and still resisting. If you would just not resist and let me talk and speak intelligently, and you actually put your money where your mouth is, or promote and put your money down and start doing, we could do this in the most amazingly loving, intelligent way possible. It would just consist of the same amount of days, but yeah. They're fearful, but won't risk it at the point. Instead of kidnapping my kids and trying to send me into jail, you could go about this in a whole different way. I've offered you many different loving options, and you always turn them down. We're just going to lock you up instead. We're going to take your kids. We're going to try to talk Natalie into having sex with you. You guys are sick. All right, man. Well, we'll display this for everybody publicly in amount of time as long as it takes me to figure it out when I get through all your smokescreen bullshit and stuff like that. And it's going to be publicly very embarrassing, and you should probably stop, and I don't want to embarrass you because I adore you. So let's straighten up right now. I won't let them attack you. I won't let them butcher you, and I won't let them berate you, and I won't let them put you down. I'm Jesus. Well, I'm like him. I'm his nephew, Ralph. I'm Jesus Jr. Yeah, he tells everybody he's David Jr., and David's similar to Moses. It's covered in the Holy Quran and covered in that. Everybody, it's the one that's like David. Jesus is like David. I'm like Jesus. My name's Ralph. Love you too. Blessings and peace.